Hello, my name's Scott. I'm a professional magician and this is a magic review.
It's a kind of magic.
In today's review, we're looking at Mortenn's Jumbo Card Trick by Mortenn Christiansen. By the way, FYI, Mortenn is a FISM award winner, so you know this is going to be an interesting product. My TLDR on the Jumbo Card Trick is that it's fantastic. I think that the trailer for this does not do this justice. Mortenn has a really nice presentation that you get to see a little bit of during the trailer, but I even think that Mortenn's performance of this doesn't do it justice to how good the trick is. The trick works better in some places more than other places. It's very easy to do. It packs flat but plays big, as the saying goes. And yeah, I just think that overall this is a really great trick, and it will be particularly good in the hands of creative magicians who can come up with an interesting routine for it. So that's my TLDR on the Jumbo Card Trick, or Mortenn's Jumbo Card Trick by Mortenn Christiansen. But what is it? To put it simply, it's a matching reveal of a playing card. So you get this jumbo card, and in the trailer, if you watch it, you will see that Mortenn has a performance in a comedy club. So he's wearing a baseball cap, he's dressed quite casually, and he takes this jumbo card and he pops it underneath his baseball cap. And that kind of blocks his view, it's funny, and then he has quite a nice routine where he's allowing the spectator to make some decisions in a funny way. And then they end up choosing one card from a completely normal, shuffled, ungimmicked deck of cards. They narrow their choice down to one single card, and then that matches the jumbo card that's been in view the whole time. That's what the trick is. It's the revelation of a prediction matching a chosen playing card. A completely freely chosen playing card, I should say. What do you get with it, though? You receive two cards. You receive a red-backed bicycle, which is kind of slightly gaffed in a way that people could handle this. I wouldn't personally give it out. I don't think anyone would give two thoughts to it. And then you receive a jumbo card that is a blue rider back. I presume they all come in different fronts. I have the 3 of spades, but in the performance, Mortenn has, I think, the 3 of hearts. So I presume that they come with whatever card is sent to you, which is good because different magicians will have different reveals. That's what you receive in the package, 2 cards that are slightly gaffed, as well as comprehensive instructions, and you'll get that on a little link. And that is a really good instructional. Just as with pretty much all Vanishing Ink products now, they come with expert instructions that are filmed really well. They're really high quality. All of the teachings are in English, and Mortenn takes you through basically everything that you could wish to know about this. And that's what you receive when you purchase this. How easy is it to perform? Really easy. There's a couple of little moves and things that will take a little bit of practice, but not very much. And because this effect lends itself to bigger performances, stage and parlor and that kind of thing, I think you have more space to get away with any small errors that you might have, which I don't think will be a problem. In terms of how easy it is, the pack of cards that you can hand out to the spectators, you can shuffle them, you can get them to choose one, whatever. The only thing is they can't look at the card that they've chosen until the end of the trick where you reveal both of them. But there are no sleights involved at all and no difficulty in terms of the beginning of the trick. And that is approachable to anyone. So you can literally get anything done with that pack of cards. It just has to be a red bicycle rider back. And then the only other thing that happens really is a small move as you bring the cards together and then you turn them over like this. There's a small move that happens that I think you have all the cover in the world. Mortenn has done really well in the genius design of these cards. And you're covered. And that is as difficult as it is. So as I say, I think this is a very easy trick to perform. The thing that I think will differentiate people's performances is how creative they can be in the process of getting these 2 cards selected or getting this card selected, and how funny or entertaining they can make it. But in terms of skill, it's a very easy trick to perform. Reset time is fantastic as well. It resets in just a couple of seconds. There's not really much to do. You probably would have to go out of sight to do it, but if you have a box or if you have some sort of bag that is on stage with you, I think in taking this jumbo card and placing it back into your box, probably you could reset it that quickly. As I say, it just takes a couple of seconds, but you could do that in many different ways and choose any of those ways that would suit you. And that is it for reset time, which leads us into the angles of this effect. The angles there are a few minor angle restrictions. For example, you don't want them to see this card until the end. It would make the trick not so great if they did. And then also the card that you're forcing, this one, whichever one it may be that you receive in your package, it's important that they don't see that card before the end as well. So if you are performing it in a walk around situation, if you are performing it in a close-up situation where you have people on your sides, where you have an audience around you, you will have to keep the cards close to your chest like this. And you might want to have a small pin or something that you use to keep this attached to your body, just so that people don't see. And then also, as you take the cards back like this and you turn them over to show that they match, I think that there is a small angle just on your right hand side that could potentially flash. It's not very likely, but there's a small risk of that if you fumble or anything like that. But well practiced, well rehearsed. I think the angles on this are really great. And while you probably can't get away with it 360 degrees, you can certainly get away with it a full 180 degrees and maybe a bit beyond that, depending on how capable you are as a performer and depending on your audience as well. Hopefully that gives you an idea of whether it's a suitable effect for you to buy and perform. Pocket space is great. As I said earlier on in the review, it packs flat, plays big. So you're just looking at these two playing cards plus a deck of red bicycle cards, which I think most magicians would carry with them anyway at most events. So that is all you're looking at in terms of carrying it. This is made from quite a thick, sturdy cardboard. So I think that you probably could carry it in this if you wanted to, if you don't have, you know, a thicker sleeve or a cardboard backed envelope or something like that to carry it in. I think that this would be perfectly fine. And then also, you know, when you're looking around in your box of tricks, you know what trick this is because it's printed on the front. So I think the pocket space is really great for this one, and it suits many situations. Of course, carrying a jumbo card around probably isn't the best thing for close-up and walk around, but as I said at the beginning of my review of this, I don't think that this lends itself to that. I think it's strongest in, as Mortenn shows in his performance, in stand-up, in stage, these kinds of situations, in parlor performances. But of course, that doesn't mean that you can't perform it in a seated close-up environment or even a stood-up close-up environment. It is definitely possible to perform it in that situation as well. My final thoughts on this. The price of this is about £38. I do think that is a little bit pricey. I would have liked to have seen something closer to 30, you know, $28.99 or maybe even $32.99, something like that. But the thing is that this is a fantastic trick. So I do think it is completely worth the money if you're interested in performing it. I also think that it's going to last you a really long time, which is always something that we should look for in our magic tricks, that they're not going to be something that we have to purchase on a 6-monthly, 3-monthly, 1-yearly basis. I think these will last a really long time. And if you really wanted to, I think you could probably make your own. Once you've purchased this, you can probably construct your own. They're not that complicated to make. And if you wanted, you could make your own adjustments to it as to your preference of performance. So I think probably the price tag of £38 is quite accurate because it's unlikely that you would purchase it again after an initial purchase, which is always nice when we buy a magic trick that we can use forever, because once we've paid and learned the secret, then we can go on and use our own props if we want to make a different card or something like that. I also think that it's great to see Vanishing Ink using these perforated packaging slips where once you open it, it cannot be resealed, because there are a lot of packaging in the magic industry where it just has a little pour tab. So I think that one, that protects Vanishing Ink against anyone trying to fraudulently refund things, because I certainly know there are people like that in the world. I've spoken to magic shop owners and they've said that people try to say that it broke, or they put in different things and they refund them to try to get the secret and things like this. There are, of course, people like this in all aspects of the world, but it's a shame to see it bleed into the magic world as well. So not only does this protect Vanishing Ink, but it protects us as consumers, because once it's opened, it cannot be resealed, and we know that it's been tampered with. So I think that that's great to see. Of course, that's nothing to do with the trick itself. I think I don't have anything more to say about the trick. I really love it. I'm really excited and really looking forward to performing it. I think another final point is Mortenn teaches a certain routine that he's created, and I think that is subject to taste. So there's a part in Mortenn's performance where he throws a fan of cards at people, and while it is really funny and it is really entertaining to watch, I would suggest think twice before just taking Mortenn's style and before taking his performance and his routine that he's created, and try to think about something that suits you. Try to think about a story that's unique to you. Try to think something about your character that you can add to this trick, and then I think everyone will be having a great time with this. I highly recommend it. If you have any questions at all about Mortenn's jumbo card trick, leave it in a comment below. I'll answer it as soon as I can. And other than that, there will be a link to purchase this directly from Vanishing Ink. Also, thank you to Vanishing Ink for sending this to me early so that I could get a review out for you so that you know whether it's worth purchasing. Hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.